Hey, what's up, Lightbolt Joe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2006 comedy film, Happy Madison produced film, Grandma's Boy. Linda Calderini, I can never say her name correctly, is in this. Jonah Hill is in this. This is one of his earlier films. A lot of people are in this. And it's very interesting watching this all these years later, knowing it's a Happy Madison film. I've said this many a times with Happy Madison films, Adam Sandler produced films. I love watching the same actors who are friends play off each other. Like David Spade is in a scene, Rob Schneider's in a scene. All these different people who work very well together and on different projects, Happy Madison projects. I love watching them do other projects together. It's just a thing. I've said this numerous times. I love it. So, main character's name is Alex. He is a 35-year-old video game designer who is just evicted from his apartment with his roommate because his roommate took all the rent money and, spent it all on hookers or something to that nature. So he can't find he tries to room with Nick Swardsden's in this. He tries to room with Nick Swardsden's character. He tries to room with other coworkers. It just doesn't work out. So he winds up moving in with his grandmother and his grandma's two roommates. And so he does stuff for them around the house, and he introduced them to Antique Roadshow, which is hysterical, but he's still trying to design a video game, his own video game, but he also is a video game tester for a company. So a lot of stuff within that aspect, a lot of stuff within the home aspect, but it's a comedy film. So there's shenanigans and there's weed involved, and the grandmother and roommates make tea out of weed and just get high, not knowing it was actual weed. And so there's massive house parties at grandma's house. It's a fun film. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. That's the point of the film. It's great in the sense of proving that your self-worth. You can make the video game. You can prove that it's your video game with your grandmother playing the video game to prove it. It's good on that front. Some of the jokes obviously don't transpire well, into 2022. And here it was 16 years ago. 16 years ago this came out. I was 16 when this came out. My favorite part of this entire film, and it's so irrelevant to the plot, but Jonah Hill and one of the characters are talking and doing something in front of a vending machine. Or was it Nick Swardsden? One of them was doing something in front of two vending machines. It was a Pepsi vending machine. It was a Mountain Dew vending machine. And those vending machines were super everywhere in the mid-aughts, mid-2000s, right? Mid-aughts, mid-2000s. In 2006, I was in high school, and we had those same exact vending machines at the high school right inside the rotunda, which was right outside the lunchroom, which you had to scan a card to get in. It was prison. But fond memories of getting sodas from that vending machine constantly back in high school. So that was the sugar and caffeine intake that we all transcribed to. So it's great watching these projects from your teenage years. And I haven't seen this since I was a teenager, so it's good to relive those memories. It's good on a nostalgic front. Like I said, that some of the jokes don't transpire 16 years later, but overall, as a comedy film, not to be taken seriously, it's done very well. It's a very well done film, and it still withstands 16 years later. So, Grandma's Boy, 2006 comedy film from Happy Madison. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.